What is up, everybody? I am back. Sorry for inconsistency. I'm not feeling too creative, but today we are back for ICW No Holds Barred, Volume 93. Yes, and I do mean ICW No Holds Barred because they hadn't switched the company name yet. This was their first live show from Japan for this latest tour. It was taped on March 24th, 2026 from Tokyo Square Arena in Tokyo, Japan, but aired live, or aired taped live on IWTV on June 3rd, 2026. We have your traditional opening promo by Danny Demanto, basically welcoming us to ICW No Holds Barred Volume 93 and Japan. Our first contest was the undisputed King of the Death, Eric Ryan, versus the Crazy Octopus, Yuki Ito. It's been a couple days since I've watched this. I can't remember all these announcements for names. From what I remember, it was a very good match. No terracotta pots, mainly because they were in Japan, but still, just mainly hard hitting, more of a hardcore than deathmatch style match. But Eric Ryan picked up the victory. I gave this match 3 stars, just like a typical good opener match. So let's move on. We had, sorry, I lost track of my notes and I was looking at something up. We had Psychopath Boy Toru Segura versus the boss himself, the cold-hearted player, Danny Demanto, and Danny Demanto. Switches out on because Danny doesn't do a whole lot of tag matches, but yeah, versus the Deathmatch Amazoness Rina Yamashita versus Ta K Ta yeah Keishi Uki. From what I can remember, it was a decently good match. Just odd back and forth tag match. A lot of it Rina stay out of, but still good match. Rina Yamashita and Yuki Yuki. I'm Japanese names for this segment. Picking the victory in this one. I give them a 3.5 stars. This card just progressively got better. Then we had the absolute menace of Vixen versus the deathmatch luchador, the Mexican kaiju, Violento Jack. Not Violento Jack. Know a little bit about him. I know he was part of Los Macias, which is also the group that Ciclope and Mido Extremo are a part of. But he primarily has been living in Japan for the last 2 years. He ultimately does pick up the victory in this match. Very just a hard hitting match. Barbed wire use a little confusing because they wrapped themselves in barbed wire, did some stuff, but it didn't really seem like it did all that much damage. But I did give this match 4 stars. Like, not bad. Then we move on to a dream death match. We had the Honey Badger, Neil Diamond Cutter, finally catching his proverbial white whale in the crazy monkey Jun Kasai. He has said Neil has said multiple times that he wanted this match. 2026 is reportedly supposed to be his last, I guess, his last full year as an active competitor. What that means, who knows? But he finally gets his dream match. A really good match. Where my notes are just great match. I was happy for Neil because he finally got his dream match. He never asked for matches, but he asked Danny on this tour, like, "Hey, if you could get this, please, I want it." And Danny obliged. Danny was very happy. They did a little ceremony with him finally in a send off. Like, this is probably his last Japan tour. Jun Kasai did beat him, but they exchanged presents. Neil came out with a customized mask goggle thing, and he gave it to Kasai after the match, and Kasai gave him his goggles, his trademark goggles, as a little present. I did give this match 4.5 stars. I originally had it at 5 stars, but the next match blew so much out of the water, I had to dock it down that extra point. Because it was like, it wasn't like completely deathmatch, but it was on that tiptoe where it wasn't hardcore, but it wasn't quite the sick and slaughtering deathmatch that we all would know from either one of those guys. Then we had something that could have happened in a tournament environment, a tournament final, but it happened in this little show in the chains. We had the Crazy Kid, Masashi Takeda, versus the Deathmatch Berserker, Bear Bronson. Oh my god, was this match hard hitting action? These two men, both to the wall, best match of the night. Can't get any better. Takeda did pick up the victory, but just an excellent showing from both these men. I just put excellent match, hard hitting action, and this is technically my first 5-star match for NHB. Then we move on to your main event. Now remember, ICW fans, this is before the John Wayne Murdoch Dr. Redacted match at NHB 97. So we had your challenge. We had a match for the American Deathmatch World Championship. We had your challenger, Toru Segura, versus the second man with 1,000 nicknames, the Earl of Extreme, the Duke of Hardcore, the American Deathmatch ace, John Wayne Murdoch, defending. Great match. Kind of fell short, like, from Murdoch, from what I remember. It just kind of fell short, but he picked up the victory in this match. So I also give this match 4.5 stars. So we'll see where this goes from there. Obviously, he defends it through this entire tour, so we'll have to see. Anyway, until next time, peace.